actually live. Nobody knows what we were just doing. That was pretty funny.
We were sipping coffee, and we were about to bring our guest in. That's why we didn't want to make him wait.
And that was the funny thing. Out of nowhere, we're chatting, we're having a conversation as if we're talking to the racquetball world. And you said, "Hold on, got to start over. We're not live." But
let's bring him in.
That's what happens when we don't have Simone.
Let's bring him in. Hey, Mark.
Hello.
Mark, sorry about that. Mark Gibbs out in Sioux Falls at the Lewis Drug Pro-Am. Mark, we were just filling everybody in because we are now live as to what was happening. And we said you were talking in the middle of a conversation, so we're gonna start over. Mark Gibbs out in Sioux Falls. Mark, we want to bring you in. You have a great event, long, successful event. I think it's the longest. Just give everybody kind of a rundown of exactly what that event is, what it means to you, how long it's been going on, all the highlights.
Sounds good. Yeah, we started. This is the 46th year. It might be a little bit but longest running. I know sometimes that's attached to this tournament. I believe it might be the longest professional IRT event. There might be some amateur events that are long.
Yeah, as you can see, everyone, he's running around. We know what that's like. Day of. Sorry about that. Do we want to try to bring him back?
Yeah, we'll
kick him out, bring him back. He was good when we were.
Mark, can you hear us? If you can, log in and log back out. We'll wait for 1 second.
Okay, yeah, I don't see. So yeah, Mark's out there. It's the 46th annual. That's insane, Leo. I mean, you or I, do we know of anything that's been longer?
There used to be one in Wichita Falls, but that tournament doesn't run any longer. The Minnesota Hall of Fame tournament has been around, but I don't think it's more than the 46 now.
No, I've been. Now, have you been to Sioux Falls to the Lewis Drug Program?
Sadly, I have not been to Sioux Falls yet.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I've been there. It was definitely one of the coldest places I've ever been. But one of the things I love about it is that old school feel, where everybody's kind of in the same place. The food's amazing. The directors, Mark Gibbs and his crew, and it's just one of those old school great racquetball events. Obviously, 46 years later. But yeah, it's something for everyone to go check out. It's got sidewall glass court, like the front wall, and then one of the courts. It's pretty cool. You enter from the side glass. So, Mark, we got you back. I'm going to try that again. Go ahead. Sorry, bud.
I literally had two calls from two different sports radio stations in a row, wanting an interview. And for some reason, when they called me, it cut us off. So besides this tournament, we get Lewis Drug is heavily involved, of course, with the local media by advertising. So we get great coverage here. We get all the news stations in town, the radio stations. It's I wish we could have that all over the country, but here we get great media coverage. But sorry, I'll jump in before the next call before someone gets in. But yeah, we've been
go ahead.
46 years. It's unique. Hospitality is our number one importance to this tournament. We're asking a bunch of players, especially pro players that come from much warmer climates. They're coming to South Dakota in January. So we once they get here, we treat them with warm personality and so we just try the best. But it's fun. We get a great turnout each year, and yeah.
Yeah, it's super unique, Mark. I've been there. You've brought me out there. How do you determine? It seems like it's almost like a waiting list, for players that want to be out there. It's so consistent. Everybody looks forward to it. Like you said, you do a great job with that. It is. I do like the touch too. The January, Sioux Falls. That adds to the fun of it. What do you think? What's the reason for the success, though? What do you think? I mean, 46 years, man. That's impressive.
Yeah, hospitality is good. We always talk about and link the pro stuff to this, right? This tournament. The amateur side, we're asking people to travel. We don't have a huge local base of players. We have amateur players. I have 4 of them flying in from North Carolina today to play 5 amateur divisions between the 4 of them. They're coming here because they probably heard something about the tournament. We treat them just as well as the pros. We treat them with the same food, the same respect. We love having them here. I do every single amateur division as a round robin.
Wow.
It's difficult. That's why we limit. That's why we're maxed out at 120 with 8 courts. We have to use 3 facilities in town. But I feel horrible. I don't want someone flying here and spending money and taking time away from their family and jobs and playing one match and be done. So everything is round robin. Yeah, it takes up court time, but I think that's an appeal. here round robin matches. So.
And let me ask you this: how do you navigate through the many time requests? I'm sure.
I hate to answer this; it's going to sound like I'm whining. I spend pretty close to 24-ish hours scheduling the tournament straight, and I get done. I look at everybody's name that registered after I schedule them, and I look at their times, and I ask myself, would I be happy if I was that player playing in the tournament? How do I like the time? I can't schedule locations. 2 of them only have 2 courts. I can't schedule A at one location, B at a different location. I have to schedule by carloads. I have 4 guys from North Carolina in one rental vehicle playing 5 different divisions. I have to make sure they're at the same club at the same time on the same day because they're in one car. So but it's always been that way. I know that going into it. It's not a surprise to me. It's a choice, right, Sudsy? It's a choice.
It's a decision. Yes, sir.
It's just a decision.
And it's a decision that I love. So the payoff is seeing all these new people that come here and seeing how much they enjoy the tournament. That's the payoff. So.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Tell us about the another highlight of the tournament, which is the Saturday night banquet.
I'm pretty convinced that Mark Griffin, owner of Lewis Drug, he has this racquetball tournament so we can have the banquet. I'm not so sure is that involved in racquetball anymore, but we have the tournament so we can have the banquet. Because we have people running all over town all week. Unfortunately, the amateurs don't get a lot of time to watch the pro matches. We're all running all over town, getting to different clubs at different times. The banquet we shut down at 5:00, all locations Saturday. Saturday night we have a chef catered banquet, give away a bunch of door prizes. We do a Player of the Year award now. We've done that, I think, for 4 or 5 years for the Sportsman of the Year in the IRT. We developed that award in Mark Griffin's honor a few years ago for sportsmanship is so important to him. We give out that. But it's an opportunity that we can all come together for the whole night. We've all been separated here and there throughout the tournament, and we can all come together and hang out all night.
That's awesome.
It's great. Mark, are you going to do it in 2027? What's the plan for moving forward?
We're locked in for next year, which will be the 47th. We have a few questions on after that. We want to make it to 50. And we're going to do all we can to that. Mark Griffin, a few days ago, just had his 75th birthday.
Oh, boy. Happy birthday, Mark. If you see him.
So, we've had a kind of a thing between the 2 of us that we want to make it to 50 together. So after that, we'll see what happens, but we're on for next year.
Well, and it'll be the same weekend, right? Last weekend.
So this is a little bit later. We're usually earlier in January. Last year was the first year we went later in January. It falls on the off weekend for NFL after the playoffs, before Super Bowl. So we rely heavily on Minnesota amateur players. They're a huge part of this tournament. Not that the Vikings have much. They're usually not playing this time of year anyway, but. I think we're going to pick on the same weekend. We have to, the banquet room availability and all that kind of stuff comes into play, but we'll get that figured out and announced in a few months.
Well, Mark, on behalf of the entire racquetball world and community and many of the professionals that you've taken such amazing care of over the years, thank you. And there's no doubt, like we said, it's just a decision. You will make it to 50. No doubt about it. So thank you again, and hopefully we can get out there. We know you're crazy busy today, have an amazing event. Leo and I will be covering it, watching it, and enjoying it. So thanks again.
I won't be able to hear you, but to end this for me, if you want, I'll walk out of this little office. We'll walk the area real quick and kind of show you what's going on here. I don't know if I'll be able to hear you or hear me, but we'll do that, and then I'll let you go.
Yeah.
Sounds good to us.
You can still talk while you're going out there, Mark, or while you're on your way out, Mark. Anybody else that you want to mention that's your biggest supporters or your biggest helpers there?
He can't hear you now. You want to take a big screen?
We like audio here. Oh. There we go.
Don't know if I can. Let me see.
Maybe I do this. What's going on here with this? This is why we need some.
There we go.
There you go. Oh, I'm not touching anything, Leo. This is.
Nice setup.
I don't know how much. I'll let you guys go. Have a good day.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Good luck on
Okay.
your event. All right. Let's see if we can get our template back. Let me take Mark out. Yeah, we do miss Simone. Okay. All right. We'll wait for Suds to get back. We're going to take a quick break, a quick commercial. When we come back, as you can see, we're going to preview the Lewis Drug Pro-Am. I'm going to give my picks. Sudsy's going to give his picks. And we want to hear from you in the chat. Let us know. Drop your picks in the chat.
All right. I guess we're back, Leo.
We're back.
Excellent.
We don't have Simone.
I know. Yeah, we go. We
We
run
miss her.
through some technical things at times. I mean, that's.
We miss her.
I think that's the budget. So
This is raw and uncut, just us.
we apologize for that, everyone, but we do our best. We
We used to
promise.
get the Venmo, and we would give that to Simone, and it kind of made it worth her while. So.
Yeah, but I mean, let's be honest, right? You and I have been doing this a long time. You could be the most we've ever seen in Venmo was maybe $100 times like 20 people, but hey, it helps. I mean, whatever.
That's why I dropped it down in there. We can bring Simone back.
Oh, is that it right there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Go ahead and use that. Not bad. All right, Leo, go ahead, run with it. What do we got?
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
So very cool to have Mark Gibbs on the show. Thank you, Mark. I know you're super busy, but like he had mentioned, the 46th Lewis Drug Pro-Am, 123 players, 35 in the men's IRT Pro Singles.
I'm looking at that. Mm-hmm.
All of the top 25 are there, except for, as you can see on our pretty cool graphic, Andreas Acuna, Gerson Miranda, John Wolfe, and Bobby Horn. 3 round of 64 matches today. They start at 1 o'clock Central, which is, about 20 or about 30, 35 minutes from now. Yeah, we want to kind of dive in. I know some people out there have been asking questions. Who they think is going to win this event, and so I figured, hey, it's be a good time for us to jump in here and make our picks.
For sure, yeah. Where do you want to start then, Leo? You fire away, and I'm looking at the drawer here off to my right. If you see me keep looking over here towards the screen, there you go. Okay.
All right, so
start right at the top.
to preface this, last year at this event, Kane won, took out Lalo in the finals. So let's see if he's going to be able to repeat. All right.
Go ahead.
Go for it. We got the 3 round of 64 matches. Only one of those on the top half of the draw, and that person's going to play into Kane. You got Alfredo.
Yeah, I don't know either. Do you?
No, I don't.
I do know Chihuahua, Mexico. one of my faves. But I'm going to pick Kane to get to the 16s there. I do think that Diego Garcia-Sam Bredenbeck match, that should be very entertaining. There's going to be a lot of balls hit very hard, probably flying off the back wall often. And that one, man, that's a tough pick. You got one there, Leo?
I'm going to go with Sam Bredenbeck on this one. I think he's pretty close to home. I know he's been playing, and I don't know. I've seen both of these guys play, so if we're just going to do straight pick'ems, I'll go with Sam Bredenbeck.
Yeah, I mean, I think, that's where the heart tells me I want to go. I think it's going to be a really, really entertaining match. I don't know. I'm just not sure. It's a tough one. I'll go with Diego just to be different. There you go.
So it's like a 50-50 for you?
Yeah, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be whoever keeps the ball off the back wall more will win.
I hope they stream that. That's at 4 o'clock.
That's a good one.
There might be another 4 o'clock at the bottom. Okay, the next one will be Jordi Alonso and Alejandro Bear.
You got to go Jordi. I mean, he had a good run, right, last year, 1 or 2 events. But it seems like he hasn't added to that. So, I'd like to see him play well here and do something.
I'll pick Jordi on that one.
Jordi. Yep.
Javier Gonzalez and Alan Natera.
I'm not going against my buddy Natera. Alan, I'm wishing him. In fact, I'm getting him to the quarters, too. He's going to win 2 in a row. And then we'll discuss what he has to do with Kane. That's my pick.
Can you check the chat and see if anybody's making picks? I can't see it because I got the whole screen up. Is anybody making picks in the chat?
I don't know. Let's see. Kyle Ollerman's in there. Carl Crane.
50-50 on the Simone duties today.
Jimmy Fernandez just went way ahead of both of us and dropped the final prediction.
Uh-oh. Let me guess. What's her name?
No, Jimmy Fernandez.
Oh, Jimmy Fernandez?
Yeah, he just whammo. He went right to the final.
Jimmy Fernandez. Okay, put it up on the screen because when we do our recap,
it's there.
If Jimmy is correct, we're going to take the correct entries and give something away. All right, Jimmy, you're in. Wow. He just skipped right to the end, huh?
We'll get back to that. Are you picking? So you got Natera and Kane in the quarters, regardless of the 16th? Yep. Or do you have Jordi beating Natera?
Wow, this is where it starts to get tight. Okay, I'm going to go in that matchup. I'm going to go with Alan Natera over Jordi in a really good match. In probably 3 games, two tight games. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You want to take the lead? You want me to do the next one? What about Rodrigo and Emir Martinez? I don't know Emir.
Go Montoya.
Yeah, I'll go with Montoya there. Mr. Phoenix, Jim Douglas, and Jaime Martel.
Jaime Martel.
I'll go with Jaime on that. The next one will be really good. Diego Gastelum and Eric Trujillo.
Yeah, when I was looking at this, I actually said to Veronica, I said, that's a very entertaining match, if nothing else. A couple of young guys running around, smacking the ball. I'm not sure, because I don't know how much Trujillo's been playing. Isn't he doing a lot of pickleball now also, or padel?
He's doing a lot of everything. I'm going to go with Trujillo on that. I've seen these guys play, and if we're just going to do pick'ems, I'll go with Eric.
Yeah, I'm going Trujillo as well. Mm-hmm.
And the only Canadian, I think, in the draw, Lee Connell. Correct me if I'm wrong.
He's a riot. You ever see Lee play, man? I played him a couple times.
He's entertaining and he's good.
That dude, he gets around the court, the body language, the expressions, his energy. It's definitely good for TV if they could put that out there. That'd be fun to watch. But, yeah, he's not going to beat Perea. Sorry, Lee.
But he can make it fun and enjoyable. Okay, so we've got Perea coming out of that, and then I think we both. Did you pick Trujillo?
I did.
All right. So what do you got between Perea and Trujillo? I'm going to go with Andre.
Perea. Yeah, I'm going with Perea. I think he's just playing a lot more right now. I'm just not sure what Trujillo's doing. I just know he is doing some other things.
Martel and Montoya.
I like Jaime. Jaime's a good dude. Known him a long time as well, but I think Montoya is just a little more.
I'll go with mi amigo, Jaime Martel on this one.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Jaime's had, he's played well up to this point, and so I'll go ahead and take Jaime on that one.
I'd like to see that, sure.
All right, so we've got Natera and Alonso. We've both got Natera coming out of that. Obviously, Kane will move down. I believe he'll be Sam, and then now we move into Sam, or I'm sorry, Kane and Natera.
Again, Natera's my boy. Kane's my boy. I'd love to see Alan be able to push Kane, and you and I both know Kane would love to be pushed. And I know someone's going to say something. Well, he was pushed last tournament, but I'm not sure Alan is quite ready. That's one of those. He's definitely ready, but he has to play those matches. And I say this often, Leo, to people I coach and players. Sometimes you have to lose certain matches to win them. And I think he just needs maybe one or two more, but he certainly has all the weapons and tools. But I can't go against Kane. Yeah.
I think if Kane comes out cracking, yes. But if Kane kind of doesn't, maybe Allen can win the first game. I think he has enough, to start and win a first game, but it's hard just to even win one game against Kane, much less the first game. But we'll see.
It's another reason why I'd love to see them go back to 3 out of 5 to 11, win by 2. All
right, so we got Kane coming into the semis, and then who do we have coming into the semis on the bottom? We got Rodrigo and Perea.
I'm going to go Perea. Got to go with the shoe master.
Yep.
I think he's up and down, right? Just depends. I know he got engaged recently, so congrats on that. But yeah, I got to go with Perea.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the sneakerhead.
Perea Kane semi is my pick there. That's what Jay Martinez says the same. What's up, Jay?
Yeah, let's get in the chat real quick before we move on to the bottom half and take a quick break. So what do you guys think about our picks? We've got this one down to the semis where we have Kane versus Perea. And let us know if you're just tuning in. Go back and look at the picks. Drop them in the comments. And let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll do the bottom half of the draw. And then we got a couple other events that we want to mention too.
Let's do it. That is an abrupt entry. When the commercial's playing and then it's like, boom, you're live, you're hot.
Comes right back in.
All right, let's go. Take it.
So if you're just tuning in, like I mentioned, make your picks for the top half. These are the draws. As you can see there, too tall to fit on the widescreen for us. So we got them split in half. You can see there on one side we got the top half. And then on the other side, we got the bottom half. We made our picks for the top. Now, let's make our picks for the bottom.
I got Jake Bredenbeck winning that match, getting into the 16s against Cole Sendry or Kadeem Carrasco. I'm not. What's up with Cole? He's a Texas dude, young guy. What is he? 18, 19, 20, and everybody's been waiting. Do you think it affected him at all? Like, people constantly saying he's the next great, American or this or that, because what do you got there? I mean,
I'm glad we're here to dispel some of that stuff. Cole is fully engaged in college life.
Okay, good.
I've spoken to him, and he loves college life. He made that shift over. He's super involved in his fraternity. He's super involved in his studies.
Great.
I mean, he wants to come out of there top flight.
Good. What's he studying? Yeah. Do you know what he's studying?
I don't. Okay. I don't remember.
Good for him. Okay.
But and racquetball's still there.
Sure.
Obviously, he plays with the team, plays with the kids there. Texas A&M Racquetball Club is still going strong over there at that beautiful facility. I think you've been there, right?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Remember we couldn't walk around in there with a coffee without a hard lid.
That's right. I do remember that. Yeah, Cole's a great kid, man, and he's a great player. And I'm glad that he's got those priorities,
Yeah,
straight, and he's not worried about the noise. And so good for him. I'm
but
gonna
he can
pick.
still ball. He can still ball. I
I'm
mean,
picking Cole over Kadeem right there.
yeah, Cole and Kadeem will be a great match. I'll go ahead and go with my guy there, Cole Sindri. He's
Same.
coming
Mhm.
in hot. All right, Thomas Carter and Carlos
Scott Young,
Velasquez.
you might be right there. Thomas Carter, Carlos. I'm going with Thomas Carter, the lefty. You can't go against the southpaw there.
Yep, yep. I'll go with Tommy's Tips. I don't know if you ever saw that. He used to put out a little instructional thing called Tommy's Tips.
I think I don't know, like the magic show.
Bring it back, TC. No, he would actually give nice, good tips.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
All right.
Tommy's Tips. This will be a good one. Ezekiel Subieta and Javier Mar.
Got to go with the racquetball Clark Kent and Javier Mar.
You do, but I like Subieta. I've seen him play before. He's got some game, so hopefully he can step it up.
Javier Mar, some of the most impressive hands in the history of racquetball.
Yeah, oh
Up
yeah,
front.
for sure. Yeah, up in the
Pretty
front,
cool. Mhm.
all over the court. And then we've got our captain. Can we call him captain yet?
Yes, you
Yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah.
Capitan.
Capitan Portillo. We going up against. Wow, what a
Mm.
first round match.
Yeah.
Charlie Pratt, IRT Tour winner, US
Hmm.
team member, coach, fully decorated. How is that? Why? Because of his
Just
ranking.
hasn't played. Yeah, it's just a ranking thing. It's just a numbers game wherever you fall, and that's it. Um, in that case, I don't even, has Lalo, I think he's missed one or two tournaments.
Hmm.
Captain
Hmm.
Lalo. We're saying
Hmm.
that because Lalo is now also a licensed pilot. So that's what
Yeah.
I call it, Captain. That's a good one. Yeah, I mean, Charlie's probably one of the names if I was playing in this to see, like out of nowhere, oh, look who's here, Charlie Pratt, an IRT Tour winner. Not sure how much he's training to be a top professional, so I have to give Lalo the nod here. Sorry, Chuck.
Hmm. Hmm.
Chucky, a Pacific Northwest guy. I got to think Lalo's going to win that.
Ooh, yeah. I wish I could see the warm up
Maybe we can. Know a lot of people. Go live.
because Charlie knows what he's up against. Charlie's won an IRT tour stop. He's won national events. I mean, he's been here. It's not he's just not your normal. What is it? 26 seed. Like you mentioned, he just hadn't played. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Charlie on this one. I'm gonna say Charlie comes in. It's first round,
Wow. Hmm.
and let's see if he can come out and shake it up right off the bat. That would be a big upset. Okay, let's go with Santiago Castillo and Adam Mania.
Got to go with the Southpaw. Going to go with Mania again.
I'll go with Mania there. And looky, who we see in the draw, Jonathan Flores versus Robbie Collins. Now that'll be fun.
I agree. I said that to someone, won't say who, and they were like, might be fun, but they don't think it's going to be close.
It might be closer than you think. Robbie's got a good
I,
mind of the game. He just got to
I would,
execute against Flores.
yeah, Robbie definitely knows the game, no doubt about it. He's a great player. Flores is young. I've said it publicly. I think when it's all put together, he's top four in the world. That's how talented this kid is. He has every weapon, every tool. He just finished second in the Bolivian Nationals
Hmm.
to Conrado. We'll get to that. This kid, is the type of kid that when he's on the court, you want to watch him. I just
Yeah.
hope Flores, at some point, like ASAP Leo, he's got to learn the who, what, where, how, when, why, if he wants to, be the best player in the world.
As far as your like approach to these events, playing a Robbie Collins, moving on, managing your draw per se.
Every detail, every single detail. Yes, that's exactly what he needs to do, and hopefully, he'll learn that, and he's got to pay attention. I would tell him, is there a player that you admire? Is there a player that reminds you of yourself? And then don't be afraid to ask questions. And if
Hmm.
he's, not a big talker, pay attention. How's he doing it? What is Kane doing? How's he doing it? Why is he doing it that way?
Hmm.
And then of course the in match, the recovery, how much time he spent. There's so much. There's so many details.
I had to put the chat up because I can't read it.
I like it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm as much as Robbie's great, one of my favorites, great dude. I got to go with the kid Flores there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Moving on to the next round. It looks like Alejandro Herrera. Good
Nice to
to see
see him.
in the draw. Yeah. And
Nice to see
I do
him.
not know his opponent.
That's why I'm picking Alejandro Herrera.
Seja. Leo. How would you pronounce that? Leonidas?
Leonides.
Leonidas?
Ceja.
Leonidas? Seja.
Ceja.
Yeah, I'll go with Herrera on that one.
The Colombian champ. Yeah, and then he'll be going up against Conrado Moscoso, who, you know, at times he's the best player in the world. Maybe when, Gain isn't in that moment or for a moment, but between him and Gain right now, I just feel they're just at a different level. But sometimes I do see Connie have those kind of mental slips a little bit. But maybe he's getting that under control. But if Conrado's playing with confidence, Leo and desire, he's going to be tough to beat for anyone. Even though I can't wait to see that round of 16s match with him and Flores.
Yep. So we'll just go ahead and move right up through there then, and move Conrado forward over Alejandro. Up in the top, we've got Mania, and you picked Lalo. I picked Charlie. So you go first, Adam and Lalo.
I'll go with the captain to the quarters. Adam's got a lot on his plate. If I pick him over Chucky Pratt, that is, I'm going to have to put him in the quarters. So I'll go with the Capitan Lalo to the quarters. He's so gifted. He's got so many. He's really creative, and he knows.
Oh, absolutely.
Smart player, man. Knows what he's doing.
He's long. He likes to cut balls off out of the air. I mean, he
deceptive power. He's
got a good
player.
serve.
Yeah.
I agree with every bit of that. Well, I guess if I pick Charlie, then I've got to pick Charlie over Adam. So I'm going to go with the Cinderella run with Charlie, and I'm going to go Charlie over Adam.
That certainly would be a Cinderella run, and I'll tell you what, I think Charlie would be very happy with that.
Yeah, he's got it in him. Let's just see. All right, so we got Mar coming out and Thomas Carter. We both picked those.
This might surprise some. I'm going to go with TC here, Thomas Carter.
Yeah.
I think he had a decent win one of the last events. Hard worker, relentless. Another player I don't mind watching. I say that because it's hard for me sometimes to watch a lot of different players, and I think I don't know. Just something about. I think I'm going to go with Carter here.
Yeah, that's a good move. We disagree on that one. I'm going to go with Javier Mar.
I like the way you said that.
Yeah, I'm going to take Javier Mar in that over Thomas. I think he just takes care of business. And then in the top, we had both pick Cole going up against Jake Bredenbeck.
Jake's got to get to the quarters. Anything less is a big disappointment.
All right, we'll just stay up top right there. So we got Jake moving on.
Well, did we didn't really pick the Flores Conrado match, did we? On the bottom, who's playing Lalo?
Well, okay. Well, we were at the top. I was going to stay at the top, and since we moved Jake down, we got Jake and who'd you pick? You picked.
I have Carter. You have Mar.
Yeah. All right. So you've got Jake versus Thomas Carter.
Yep, I do.
Who wins that?
Jake.
Okay. I've got Jake and Mar, and I'm going to keep going with Javier Mar. Javier Mar over.
Can't argue that. Good player. All right. A couple of big dudes out there in the quarters if that match.
All right, so you've got Lalo and, of course, Conrado all the way up. So Lalo and Conrado.
What do you mean, of course? He's got to play Flores in the 16s.
Oh, I'm sorry. We missed that.
Yeah.
So
that's the one. See, Chewy didn't like that.
Slow down a little bit. So we've got Flores and Conrado.
Conrado still has to do it. Flores, as great as he is, that could be an often semi or final. And too bad they're playing in the round of 16s. But in the future, Leo, that will be a normal round, semifinal or a final. But again, that's one of those. Flores has to do it a little bit more, experience that a little bit more in the moment, in those situations. I'm not ready to take him over Conrado there yet. And Conrado's going to be a little bit more confident because he just beat him recently, in the Nationals. and I think he's got that little bit of aura over Flores right now because they kind of grew up playing, and Flores is much younger. So I'm going Conrado. So I got Conrado and Lalo in the bottom.
Well, I mean, I know you know all about that, and between playing and coaching, I'm just curious, as a fan. See, I speak as a fan, and if you're a Jonathan Flores fan, you're going to be watching that match. You're going to be cheering for Jonathan, and you're actually going to think that Jonathan can beat Conrado. So, can he do it? Is it too early? I'm sure he'll have a game plan against Conrado.
He can. He definitely can. He has the weapons and the tools. And, as far as a game plan, yes, he should have one, hopefully. And that's part of, all those details that are going to help him, be successful on tour as a professional player.
Do we know who coaches him?
I do not know. We do not. We could find that out,
though. Yes, but I agree. I'm not gonna pick an upset here. I'd like to see a really good match, but yeah, I'll go ahead and go with Conrado. Moving on up against, we had just skipped over that. You've got Lalo versus you got Lalo coming out, so you got Lalo and Conrado.
I'll stick with Conrado. I think he's one of the players that is just all focused, all racquetball right now, which means more training, which means Lalo has a second career, or maybe now his first career. So I just think Conrado is going to be more ready for the moment.
Well, I think
more prepared.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is where my Cinderella pick runs out of steam and momentum, and So I got Conrado over Charlie.
Hey, if Charlie gets to the quarters, great run, great event.
Yeah, sure would be. Okay, so now we're at the top, correct? So we've got Jake and Conrado.
Right, because I put Jake into the semis. Again, I gotta go Conrado, just playing a little more consistent. Love Jake. And again, anything less than a semi as the number 3 ranked player in the world is an absolute disappointment. So at the very least, Jake needs to get there, and he knows that. It's not going to be easy. He's going to have a good run. Sometimes that helps a lot, Leo, because you do play, good players, and you kind of elevate, and it gets better and better. There's a mental science to that and physical as well. So he'll be, it's not always great to have a super easy first round, so to speak, and then boom, jump into it. Right out of the gate, he's gonna be playing a couple of players there. But I have to go. I have to go Conrado, and I think that'll be a tiebreaker.
Wow. Yeah.
Which
well, I guess it's going to end for me too on my picks because I had Javier Mar going all the way, and I think Conrado is just too much for really anybody on the bottom half of the draw, unless and it could happen. Conrado's not as sharp or as crisp, and somebody comes in just a little sharper and crisper, point blank right there. So, but I just don't see that happening.
I mean, if any of those players sense while in court that Conrado's a little lazy, a little overconfident, a little frustrated, they need to take advantage of that. And there's, looking at the bottom half, there's a few that can. But the question is, will Conrado put himself in that kind of a state, like a mental laziness, a physical laziness, frustration? As long obviously injury-free is always the key. But there's a few players that if they sense any of that, Leo, and it's a feel, it's an energy, and it's something you feel in the moment in the court as a player, you got to take advantage of it. If he opens that door, you better put your foot in it and make sure he can't close it.
I agree. I just hope that, you've done it, and I've seen other pros do it, where you still find a way to win when you're just not feeling it at that moment. So I hope that, Conrado can, play his best, put on a good show for everybody. That's what we all want to see. We want to see good games. Let's move back up to where we at the top now.
Yes, sir. Quarterfinals. I think I have Perea and Montoya in mind there.
let's take this off. There we go. How's that? I miss Simone. Okay, so we have Kane and Perea. You want to go first?
Kane. Yeah, Kane. I mean, it's Kane. I'm not gonna pick against him. It's like watching Djokovic in the Australian Open right now. I hate to pick against him, although I am going to pick Sinner against him. But I don't see that yet. I would have to see consistent, losses or body injuries or something. Kane's 44 now, and like he says, he's like, I'm beating guys half my age. I just think he's superior right now, as good as a lot of those players are. I think until they show any of us that they can beat him consistently, not once, not go to a breaker and be satisfied. And then on the other side of that is, does Kane show any of us that, does he want to take a turn, or does he want to keep dominating and kicking ass? And until he does that, I'm going to pick Kane again to the finals, no doubt.
I went to Todd Boss's Pro Racquetball Stats website, and every stat that I tried to find something that showed any sign of anything, I couldn't find where anybody just had an edge. Kane is against Kane.
No, there isn't none. They don't. It's been complete dominance.
Kane is 33-5 against the other top three. Against the top, well, he's number one, and then the so top four. He is 30.
Oh, so
he is 33-5 against these guys.
Not surprising.
You're right. Just too much firepower. But Andre has beaten Kane before, so
I know. Yeah.
I don't know how much that means, and I'm sure you know that too. Where you're only good as your last match, I guess you could say. But I can't bet. I wouldn't say bet against Kane or root against Kane. It's hard to. Like you said,
it'd be a bad
he's
bet.
showing it. He still shows
right.
it. But if anybody can push Kane right now in this round, it is Andre. And Andre mentally, I think, is prepared for that. Would you agree or no?
Yeah, there's no doubt. When you said he has beaten him, I think I remember that match. If I recall correctly, Andre was hitting a cut drive Z serve, which was very effective. Here's the thing, that goes on in the locker room, so to speak, right? You beat somebody once, it's just once. Show me you can do it again. Show me you can do it again. That's not taking away from Andre's win. That's a great win. But Leo, how many times we've seen athletes be satisfied with a certain win? They may get just to the next round, and then they have this crazy mental high, and it's almost like, okay, I won. I got my victory. I can say I beat Kane. What really separates the good players from the great players, from the icons and legends, is that relentless approach of, I don't care if I beat Kane once. I need to beat him every time. Kane's doing it the other way around, right? There isn't really, to me, a discussion about that unless we saw anyone beat Kane multiple times, or himself, even himself, and he doesn't show us that. He gets, you and I know he's gotten to finals and won tournaments injured, and, personal things, whatever, we're all family and, family men, and, things go on. It's life, right? But he's able to compartmentalize and continue this incredible dominance. And yeah, we all as fans would love to have a talk. I think you and I discussed, we saw some sort of a post about rivalry. He doesn't have a rivalry yet. There isn't one. And that's okay. I mean, like I say, watching Djokovic, right? Like, enjoy it, because at some point it has to come to an end or change, and that's okay too. But I don't think that time is now.
44 years old, 24 seasons on the tour, 131 singles titles, 15 year-end titles, a 91% winning percentage.
It's insane. It's beyond impressive. So, yeah, I mean, it brings us to the final, which, sounds like we both have Kane and Conrado again. And it goes right back to my point that I was just saying. Conrado, you want everyone to take you seriously as, okay, maybe you got to go win again. And I don't know if Kane's ready for that to happen, but then we could have a different conversation if he beats him again. We could start to talk about it, and I'll still say, when's the next one? When's the next event? I remember for me personally, Leo, when I was coming up, and Conrado's not coming up there. He's a veteran at this point, but Cliff was number one, and he gave me an ass whooping. Second match, 3-4, and I got a little closer, fourth, the fifth. Then I beat him, the sixth. It was 11-9 in the fifth in Phoenix, 2.5-hour match. But I remember vividly feeling like, yeah, I knew what that meant, but I also knew that it also didn't mean anything because that was one time. And, we were going to do it another 50 to 100 times over our careers. And that's what drove me, was not being satisfied with that one win in Phoenix, which at the time everybody was trying to pump it as, oh my God, Sudsy beat Cliff. He's in that, It's just not the case. And I think when you accept that as an athlete, then you've probably already been defeated. And if the other athlete feels that, good luck.
What was your first personally you? What was your first, or when was it, and who was it against when you felt that, when you made that big win for you personally?
That one that I'm talking about, because Cliff was so dominant, number one in the world. It didn't matter. I'd be lying if I said it didn't. But I remember vividly in Phoenix, and it was packed. I mean, you had all the pros watching. I was 19 years old, and I had never beaten Cliff. And we got to the fifth, and it was like 9-9. And this is 3 out of 5 to 11 when matches could go 3 hours. And
do we have that on video?
I don't know. I wish I don't. Somebody might. Maybe we could find it. And I remember it was funny because I remember even Tim Doyle was my doubles partner when we had pro doubles, and he's number 2 in the world at the time. But I remember him kind of in the back left corner of the glass, and you could see like his intensity, like just nodding, like everybody was watching, waiting, like, wow, is this really going to happen? And then when it did, I felt good, but I definitely didn't treat it like as if, oh, okay, cool, I'm done. It was like, I want more. When's the next one? I want to play again. I always looked at it as that's just not enough. So I would say that one probably jumps out at me, but overall in my career, I mean, I had some satisfactory, enjoyable moments. You were at a lot of them. The U.S. Open was a lot of those, or playing for Team USA, winning gold medals. But at the end of the day, I couldn't pinpoint one for anyone and say, this is the one where I knew. I always wanted to, and I was never satisfied. So I don't think I would allow, because to me, if I said that, then it's almost like a close, like it's closure. Like, oh, okay, now I know. It's a belief thing, and then it's what's going to drive me every day and keep getting me out there. And it's a blessing and a curse. Relentless. Never satisfied is kind of the generic version of being relentless. But I never really enjoyed wins in the sense of it was always, when's the next one? When are we doing this again? Let's run it back. I could have been better in that moment. What did I do good? What did I do bad? And I was never super focused on my opponent. You see that a lot today. Game plans or what does he do? Yeah, you need to know some things. What are they strong at? What are they weak at? What are some things that make them tick? But at the end of the day, it was always focused on my game, my skill, my ability. What can I do to be better?
Do you have to have that? Do players have to have that, or can it be a variation of that, or can it be their own drive or their own?
You can be driven all you want, but if you don't know what to do or how to get better, and a lot of it's cliche, right? Like, hey, Leo, you lost that match, but you got to learn from it. But there's truth to that. What could I have done better? But I also flipped it the other way, winning. What could I have done better? You may say, Sudsy, you won that match, 2-2-2. What do you mean better? That's the best I've ever seen you play. My brain was truly processing it, saying, I could have done something more. I could have done something better. 0-0-0, maybe serving better, ending rally sooner. But I think, yeah, as a player, if you don't have that, then what are you doing? Like, what are you, if you're satisfied getting to the quarters, you've seen athletes win a match. They have a whole week left, but you see their reaction if they're winning a match. And it's okay to have positive emotion always, right? You always want positive, but I call it like the Derek Jeter fist pump. Win a World Series and that's it, because he's already thinking, when's the next one?
Wow.
And
yeah.
So it could be, it is what it is. But I think even look at Kane, right, the winningest player in the history of the sport. But what keeps him going? He's not thinking of any of that. He just wants to go and do it again. When's the next one?
Yeah.
And then he's looking for that motivation. He would love me or you or anyone to say, "Oh, I think he's done," or "He's going to lose," or because I think that as you get later in your career, you then need to look for things to do that and to motivate you differently. Because that, even for me in some of the smaller, bigger events, playing for Team USA in the last few years, I had individual little things that motivated me. It wasn't about winning a title. It wasn't about money. It wasn't about it was whatever it was that motivated me to go do it.
Well, speaking of Kane, we got a comment from Mike Martinez. Says he spoke with Kane and said he feels good, likes his draw, and is ready to go for it. So,
yeah, and he'll be using the new Kennex racket. Hey, Mike. Mike supplies Veronica and I with, to me, the best glove in the sport. I love that Pure One. We were talking about it in Phoenix, and he said that they're upgrading that glove, and I'm like, please don't touch it. But after he explained it, yeah, it's pretty wild. So thanks, Mike. Mike's been doing a good job over there, and it's nice to see Kane back with Kennex.
Yeah.
Funny how it comes full circle, eh? Yeah, he always feels good. I mean, I don't think, it doesn't matter what Kane's draw would be. I'm positive he'd say, I like my draw. There's no doubt. It is what it is. So.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. I'm excited for it as well. I'm hoping for a Kane and Conrado final. I think the fans will love it, and both the players, I think they both want it, like you said. I think Kane really doesn't matter who he plays, but I think he would enjoy playing Conrado. He likes to dispel those rumors and the thoughts, and then I think Conrado's the same kind of player. I think he wants to beat Kane. He knows that he needs to beat Kane, because Kane is number one in the world.
And that's well said, Leo. That's a great point. That if every fiber in his body right now isn't hoping, wanting to have to deal with Kane on Sunday afternoon, then he's just not wired properly.
Yeah.
And he's just an incredibly talented player. Mm-hmm. And that was all I would think about. It was, I would get to a tournament on a Tuesday or Wednesday, because remember, they were 5 days long.
And you wanted to play Cliff. Simple. You wanted to play him.
I couldn't even look.
You would hope that he would
Tuesday, Wednesday.
You would be like, I hope he marches right to the.
And here's something interesting. And Todd Boss, I think, brought this up at a time when Cliff and I were doing what we were doing, how we drove each other. And I say this all the time. Without Cliff, who knows? Maybe I'm not who I am, But there were a couple times, because the semis, if one of us lost before the other lost. It was amazing. It was really wild. Yeah, I don't have the numbers in front of me. Maybe if Todd Boss is watching, he could come up with that. But what makes it wild is because it was at a time when we didn't lose, right? Like it was, one of us was going to be there or whatever. And I can honestly say, personally, for me, 100%, it was never, oh, I'm glad the best player in the draw lost. It was, I am not satisfied winning that event if I don't beat him in the finals. And then that changed, because then obviously, amazing players, Jason Menino, John Elson, Tim Doyle. When Kane came up, it was like, oh, I'm going to deal with the young guy. I'm 6-7 years younger, but still, I like to remind them of that. We're not that far. But yeah, that drive, that motivation, I think Kane still has it. I don't think he's doing it for any other reason than he loves to compete. And I do. I think he loves kicking ass. I really do. So we'll see.
He'll be doing it again this week. Hey, also, we got to say good luck to our teammates. Mark Frank and his doubles partners are playing this weekend. Mark's playing
Tour stacked.
40-plus doubles with the legend and the Hall of Famer Ruben Gonzalez. He's playing Centurion Open doubles with Rocky Carson and Open doubles with Alan Natera. So his first match is Friday at 9 a.m. with Ruben.
Plays. Mark loves it. He loves. He's the guy that's the last off the court. He wants to play. We can go and he'll play 10 games in a row, and Veronica and I are like, we're good at 5-6, and he just wants to keep going. So yeah, good luck to Mark and everybody. And how great is that for him, huh? That he gets to play with Rocky Carson and Alan Natera and Ruben Gonzalez. I mean, that's an incredible week. I mean, I just said that out loud. Now that's a great weekend.
He's the racquetball holic of the month.
I'd say the year of 25, and he's going to be.
He can win it every month.
Busy our schedule is.
Every month.
We have our schedule is pretty stacked. So, what is Mike Martinez's comment over there? Did you see that? That's interesting news and update.
Since we don't have Simone, let me pull. Can I pull the chat up? Let's just pull the whole chat up. We're gonna do some shout
That'll make people.
Okay, here we go. On a side note, DLR is training for USA National Singles and looking to three-peat. That's right. Also looking to play selected Tier 1s this year. Breaking news right here on the show. People were wondering.
That'd be awesome. I mean, Daniel De La Rosa is, every time he steps on a racquetball court, he's could win it. One of the best players in the world. It's a shame that we don't get to see him more often on the court. But that is great news, Mike. And hopefully we will see him.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, and Mike beat me to it. I got some little notes over here. When are we going to see DLR on tour again? So thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Can we do some comments before we wrap up? We got a couple of things. This guy says, I can't watch Menino toss the ball to the front wall and waddle after it.
Who's this guy?
Carl Cranny.
What's his name? Carl. It was, people talk about rivalries and toughest opponents. And for me, Jason was my toughest opponent. I always knew what I was getting, whether it was Cliff or Ellis or Doyle or Kane or Rocky or Alvaro. Jason just mentally, he had me like a yo-yo at times.
Tell him what the ball toss was about, though. People, that's why it's misunderstood.
Yeah, that was his he was visualizing. So what he would do that, and we all have different things, but Jason's was that. He had a routine. It was something he followed, and it was for him to get ready and get set for the next point. And it clearly worked for him. And that's what that is. That was a visualization routine that he did. And Leo, I was thinking about that today. We should actually get him on, Jason, and just do a good sit-down interview with him.
I'd love to. Okay, let's do another couple quick comments.
Go for it.
If
I don't need these, by the way. I just like the way
Conrado has another victory, especially if lopsided like last time, it will really boost his confidence.
If he beats Kane. If he doesn't, it's not the same. It just isn't. Yeah, it's great win, but that's his measuring stick for now. I think he's going to have a tough one. Having to play Flores there in the 16s, Leo. That's a little bit uncomfortable, I think, for him. And I'm not sure the results. Does anybody know the results of the Bolivian Nationals? I know they played in the finals.
Maybe somebody will pop it up in here. Hey, looky. Robert Lyons.
What's up, buddy? How are you, Robert?
He says,
Lyons?
"What in the hotel are you doing?"
No, is he? I don't know. Was he talking to us?
Made a comment.
What's up, buddy? Rob's been doing this a long time.
They got an event coming up, right?
In Florida. Yeah, I think they do. Robert, what do you got? The Florida States? Or I saw something.
Yeah, the state doubles.
Yeah, Veronica and I were talking. God, we'd love to be there. It's such a great crew, great time. Florida racquetball still doing well. And it's a lot of it is to do with guys like Robert that are out there.
You got to get signed up because they limit the entries on that too. Okay, what do we got next? Let's see. I miss Simone.
You're doing a pretty damn good job though, and I like your backdrop. That's cool. I have those LEDs, but this is in my home gym / office. Bobby Morales, go Yankees. What's up, buddy? State singles is next. Okay.
There he is. There's Bobby Morales. State singles. So no doubles, huh? Just all singles. Wow.
I'll pass.
Yeah. Bobby, are you playing in it? Sure he is.
He's definitely playing.
Okay. How about we talk about the next tournament for the International Racquetball Tour? Do you know which one it is?
Is it Minnesota? Oh, Tournament of Champions. That's right. Yes, yes. The Pelham.
Yeah.
The Live Like John. Wendell Pelham. What a story. Leo and I are going to be covering that a lot more. We have some interesting news on that in the front. We'll definitely be hitting that soon. But yeah, February. It's a Tournament of Champions. We will be there. Veronica will be there. I'll be there. We'll be playing. There'll be a bunch of pro players there. And it's for the most amazing cause. Live Like John. Wendell Pelham does a great job with Hank Marcus. And I believe Elliot is also
Elliot Saunders.
Yeah, runs the desk. They do a great job, and it's at the Mac Club. Leo, you and I have been to many clubs, if not all the ones that have had major events. The Mac Club for me is top 3 in the country. The Molten Loma Athletic Club. It's incredible, and let's just say there is going to be a monster event there, January 2027. And we'll talk about that later, another time. Bring that back up, by the way, that graphic. Did you make that? I just got to point it out. Oh, okay.
Pull it up.
Yeah, there was a spell check. See the tournament highlights? Tournament.
I copied it from...
Well, that's what, right. I knew you didn't do that. Okay. So maybe we could let the boys know over in Pelham there. Anyway.
Awesome tournament, awesome club. Like you had mentioned, it honors John Pelham. He was a racquetball fanatic. If you don't know, he was killed in Afghanistan in 2014. But yeah.
Incredible story. Yeah, we don't want to let it all out now, but Leo, you know what his last message was, right? He just about wanting to get back to play racquetball.
Couldn't wait to get home and play some racquetball. So
we'll let his dad talk about that when we bring him on, which we will, no doubt. Where would you put the MAC, Leo, in nationwide clubs you've been to? Like I have it top 3 easily.
I would say in the top 2 for me.
Oh wow, okay,
yeah, a little higher. It's a super nice facility. If you've never been there, I mean, it's all about racquetball. So, and it's huge and it's nice and it's got the soccer stadium that's attached to it.
So cool, yeah.
Nice restaurants inside there. You get lost in it.
Yeah, restaurant, bars. It's all right there. And for me, you know why it holds such a near and dear to my heart. That's the first pro stop I ever won. Pro Nationals at that club. Wow. It's laid out different, but it's got 10 courts and it's just a great host facility. And like Leo said, it's in a safe spot of Portland. And there's a bunch of hotels, and it's going to be a great event, and we look forward to some bigger announcements coming. Leo, we're going to have to. I see a bunch of ball questions, and I'd love to address that.
Yeah, let's. Let me. Simone, not Simone. So yeah, we got a nice little graphic there. This is the debut of the Formula Flow Blue Ball. I want to ask you.
Go ahead.
Have you hit with this ball?
I have, yeah. Just like I've hit all the other balls, and the ball's great. It's great. It's durable. I don't know if the fans know this, but Leo, you know this with your time with Head Pen. There's only 2 factories in China that make all these things, and they're all kind of coming out of the same place, or 3 maybe. I don't know if Mike Martinez is still on. He can correct me. The ball's great. It's fine. It's awesome. It's great for Formula Flow. It's nice seeing that they're involved in this. I believe they're going to go with the blue Formula Flow ball as the official ball. Like IRT said, thank you to Gearbox for everything they did. I mean, we have no stake in this. It's the ball's great. I don't think, like amateurs out there, pros, it doesn't matter. Whatever you throw in there, I can tell you the biggest drastic change was going to the black Gearbox ball. That was the biggest change in the history of the sport, going from a green pen or a purple pen or a blue ball that ball was actually very, very different. Would you agree with that,
Yes.
Leo? That was okay. The blue Formula Flow ball, if you've hit with a blue pen ball or blue gearbox ball, it's very similar. It's fine. All things are equal. This is what I always say to players or people I'm coaching too. It's like, well, let's see, who said that?
Wayne Storch. What is the Formula Flow ball compared?
And if he, okay, Wayne. Guess what? Whatever ball you're using, your opponent has to use too. If you're in a tournament, or if you're just at the club playing or in a league, I think it would be great if the sport could collectively go to the blue Formula Flow ball across the board. I think it'd be, because what do? We run into this all the time, right? Hey, what ball do we use? Where do I buy it? We have tournaments, consecutive events, and you might have one event that has, you're using the black ball, then the blue ball, then the green ball. It's like, come on, guys. And they're very different. I mean, the gearbox balls are great too, but.
What's your feedback? Wayne wants to post it. Any feedback?
It's a racquetball. Have you ever hit with a blue gearbox ball? It's durable. I didn't break any. Veronica and I use them many, many games. Cool thing was, I think what I did notice one thing, Leo, and you've done this. We played a bunch of games with it, pulled that ball out the next time we were at the courts and started hitting it, and it didn't seem to lose much. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, at the end of the day, they're all using the same ball. I think it's fine. We'll love it. Again, going from like a Pro Pen green, which was like that. Remember the Super Balls that you buy as a kid and it bounces? You just go like that and it bounces all over. That thing was crazy fast. To the black ball was the biggest drastic change, going from a black gearbox or black Formula Flow to a blue gearbox or a blue Formula Flow. It's not that much of a difference. I think overall, the best performance ball for our sport right now is the blue ball, and in this case, the Formula Flow.
You think it's similar to the purple ball, like Alan Small just said?
No, I don't think it's similar. I think it's definitely slower, Alan. Hey, Alan, how are you, bud? Have you hit it, Leo?
No.
Like the purple versus the blue?
Yeah,
it's definitely not as fast as the purple ball. I think it's a perfect balance between the purple and any black ball that's out there.
Maybe I can get JT Arball to meet me at the Clay Madison Rec Center and we can go hit it up.
There you go, JT Arball. Miss JT. I haven't seen him.
Yeah, he's around. He's here in Austin. Okay.
I finally just shut that other screen and took that little
glare
screen
off
off my
glasses.
glasses that I don't need. Remember, I like them for fashion.
Okay. Any more questions about the ball? Type them in the comments. Otherwise, looking forward to seeing any difference in play. I don't think we'll see much.
You won't. The ball's not, dictating the outcome of the match or who's going to win or lose. It's fine. Go hit it. Go buy some. Go get some blue Formula Flow balls, and you tell us next show we have. Come in. You tell us what you think. How about that?
Okay. One last thing before we close. There it is. The next IRT event, the Minnesota Racquetball Hall of Fame. 37th annual, presented by KWM Gutterman. I don't know what people are waiting for to sign up for, but it's time to sign up for this event.
Leo, why is that? You've run over 200 racquetball events in your career. Has it always been like that everybody signs up? I mean, listen, you and I, so racquetball players traditionally, right? Let's ask them, they're in there. Why do we sign up so late? Why is that? Leo, you can probably give some cool stories of, 20, 30, 40, 50 people the week of. You and I are about to promote and talk about a tournament that we are literally doing in a little less than 12 months. And we're going to open up registration right away. Please don't do that. You and I have talked offline. Let's incentivize the first 50 or 100 players somehow to sign up. Get signed up. What is it, Leo?
I wish I knew what it was. I played, I've been playing racquetball for a long time, and I played a lot of tournaments, and I couldn't wait to enter a tournament. As soon as it came out, and, this is how old I am, there were entry forms. So you either mailed it in or you dropped it off at the club, or you went to the club and you signed an entry form, and then you paid with your check or your cash, and you were
I remember that. Wow,
okay?
yeah.
and you did it right away. You got in right away. I can't remember a time where I procrastinated long enough to wait until the last second to get into a tournament because I felt left out because all I could do is go to the club and hear 250 people going, I'm signed up. I can't wait. I'm signed up. And I'm like, well, then I got to go sign up. So somewhere along the way, I don't know if it's a culture or if it's an economy or if it's whatever it is, but something shifted and it caused people to wait until the last possible minute. And not only that, people would know that I wouldn't let them in because I'm trying to work on it. They would call my boss, Bob Sullins, the owner. So I don't know where it shifted.
We have to ask all the players. I mean, literally, why? What's the reason you wait? I understand, to your point, it could be financial, could be scheduling, but can't you, like, scheduling a family vacation, right? We're going to announce our tournament, which is going to be in January 2027, and all the details will come out. I'm sure we're going to have that R2 up and running 11 months before.
As soon as we sign the contracts.
Yeah, why not? Why not? I don't get it, right? Like, can't you plan like you plan a family vacation? It helps the tournament. Also, what it does, everyone, is it creates excitement and engagement. So when Bobby Morales signs up, and then Noel sees it from, Jason Klein wants to be there. It's good to see those names. It's good to see that. Look at the excitement, the energy. We're planning. A long way out, and it would just make life so much easier. The USA Nationals is coming up, right? I think they're at, like, whatever it is, 120, 130 players. And I said to Jonathan Greenberg the other day, I said, you're going to get another 40 or 50 players here in the last couple of weeks. And you know what he said, Leo? Oh man, I just ordered, shirts, and it's not his fault. You have to order these things early, and then it creates little. But again, for the sport, for racquetball players, think of it like this: the sooner you get signed up, the sooner people know you're going. It does create. It helps with the attendance. It helps with the participation. And by the way, sponsors and clubs, they want to see that. So
I mean, we could.
them.
Yeah. I mean, keep the chat going. Jordan had a good comment about your comment that said, Sudsy said it well. Incentivize opportunities, encourage early engagement. It's a good comment and it's a great follow up comment. But we've tried it. I've tried it, and it still doesn't seem to work. You get a few more. You don't get a lot more. USA Racquetball does it. They do an early entry discount where they'll take $10 off. I've done it. I've given $5 off. I've given a free can of balls for the first 50, like you've talked about incentivizing, but I just don't know. There's only one, maybe two tournaments that come to mind where they didn't have that issue, and one of them was the Longhorn Open, and they took over 400, and they built up to that. They started at 300 and at 350, 375, 400 plus. So it would be something that solely Core and Jack Long did to get those people. Do you remember it? They actually crashed R2. They would open it up.
Amazing.
Go to a lottery. It was very well orchestrated. He had a plan and a vision, and he did it. He didn't. That tournament sold out in hours. A year before it was even up. So I can't think of another tournament other than the U.S. The U.S. Open does get a push. You can't see the entry list in the beginning, but man, when they turn it on, wow. Doug Ganem knew what he was doing too. So those are my only two events that I can remember where the urgency was there. I don't know how you can recreate that. And
I'm looking at our T-shirts. Maybe an incentive could be a free hotel room night to the first. That's pretty cool. You take a vacation somewhere, not at the tournament because we don't have properties there. But I mean, I just think. But on the flip side, it's interesting, right? Because there's even penalties when you sign up too late, and nobody cares. So like, I'll pay extra $10-$20. So anyway.
So I'm going to read this comment and I want to ask you a question. So it says, what do you think that the Longhorn Open did that attacked so many people to play? Do you think we can have the same system in the States? It's hard to duplicate it. It's hard to duplicate U.S. Open. It's hard to duplicate a Longhorn. You have to take your event and you have to make it special, kind of like the Lewis Drug. They can only take so many. They can only take like 120. They took 123. Okay, that's it. They can't take any more. They got to end it because they got to have a banquet. They know how much court time they have, so you got to make your event the best it can be. But I don't know. It's going to be tough to do. I wanted to ask you a question about the U.S. Open.
Okay.
We're hearing the same message from Cliff. Cliff has been on social media plenty of times, and he's asking people, please go enter. Please go enter.
If you're going, go enter.
Go. That's it. That's all he's asking for. Right? He hasn't asked for, well, I'm sure they can use some sponsors, but he asked for sponsor dollars. He hasn't asked for, and you can go get a hotel room. It doesn't cost you anything to go to a hotel room. You just put your credit card and then they hold it and you got to cancel it within 48 hours. But same situation for Cliff. He's just asking players to go and enter.
It creates a difficult environment for us or for the event directors that are doing it. Hotels, hospitality, staff, volunteers. You just can't say, I don't know, we don't know. How many rooms? How many of that? It doesn't work. I mean, we have a good gauge and understanding, but all of us, all racquetball players worldwide, we're helping the earlier we sign up to go to certain events. And we're probably all guilty a little bit too of waiting super late.
Well, I hope that, moving forward and all these tournaments coming up, like the Minnesota Hall of Fame, I think that's what brought us to this topic. So great tournament, get signed up. They got, I don't know how many they got signed up, but when you're on R2 and you're looking at that number and you're like, where is everybody at? What are you waiting on? And I hope I'm not speaking out of turn here, but when we ran the world singles and doubles with Jim Heiser, and I don't know if any other event directors are comfortable doing this, but if it's a money issue, reach out. I entered people, and Jim Heiser was like, if it's a money thing, enter them, because if they're committed to come, we'll just collect their money when they come.
That's a great point.
So maybe reach out to Matt Miller or Valana, and if it is it's a money thing, and you reach out to them, and maybe they will work with you and they'll enter you in the tournament, and you can just pay when you show up.
Good point. Yeah, good point. And then, but then don't stay there and then not pay, because then that takes away someone. Like Leo said, we're limited to how many people we can have. So
if you're not going to come, immediately text or call me and say, hey, pull me out. I'm sorry, I can't come.
Sure.
And we refunded people's money back when they did that. We weren't trying to keep your money. We just wanted to get you in there, like you said, so you can order the shirts. How much food? How much court time? How many volunteers do you need to work at the desk? I mean, there's so many moving parts to running even a small tournament, much less a big one.
Yeah, I remember when I did we did the first Treasure Coast, man. You were walking through Sam's Club and Costco with me on the phone. I'm like, Leo, what do I need? Then you're like, okay, now go to Staples. Now go. And, when we first did it, and I think reputation of the event, making the event special is a great point, because when we did the Treasure Coast, I want to say our first event, we had like 27, 28 entries. And I'm like, oh, even though I thought that was decent. And then by the time we did our last one, we couldn't take more because of the court time and everything. We were always sold out with a waiting list. And thanks to you and the way we scheduled it, we had to, I think you wanted to top it at 60, but we took 80 because we knew that it was our last one. That was different. But ultimately, it's that reputation and building it to making people want to go. And there you go. Yeah, that's the plan. So thanks to all of you ballers right there. And that's a good way to end the show right there. Look at that, Leo. That was awesome. Good stuff.
I love that. One more last comment.
Sure.
From Bobby.
Bobby Morales.
He says, we demoed the Formula Flow ball, and Southwest Florida supports Kinkin and Momo. They are great and they play well.
Thank you, Bobby. I agree. That's cool. Yeah, it's a good ball, and love it. And I think the tour is going to do great with it. And we'll see it. I think we'll see a lot more blue Formula Flow balls. Go get it. Go order it. Go support Momo. Support Kinkin, and we'll do it. And by the way, I've been hitting the Formula Flow 165. It's pretty badass. Want to see it? I don't think Momo wants me to show it.
Is it out yet?
I mean, I'll do like a quick.
Is it out yet?
It's not out available, but I have the prototype. Should we do it?
Text them. Text them for a second while I can.
I'll just do like a whoop. I mean, go look at any one of my videos. The most recent. There you go.
That's the one you're using.
It's nice. It's cool. All right. Well, Leo, thank you again. We put this together. Whoa. Don't let me say Leo and then show a Valentine's Day romantic weekend.
Before we go, I had to squeeze this in.
Talk about that.
I had to. We're a promotion right now for all you couples and lovers. Plan a romantic getaway with us. You all know Frank Hotels. You've seen us. You've heard about us. We got 15 properties across Washington, Oregon, and we have 1 property in Florida. So stay with us. Go to frankhotels.com. Use the promo code Sudsy. You can type a promo code in, Sudsy. You'll save when you book direct with us. Trust me. No third parties. Book direct with us. That way, if you need to change your reservation, we're also very well known to do free upgrades. So check us out. Go to frankhotels.com. Valentine's Day's coming up, February the 14th. And do something fun.
Well said, Leo. And if any of you, racquetball, we're such a network and community, and we say, the racquetball fam. If you know any group travel or big companies, reach out to Leo. Leo deals with that for Frank Hotels. He does a tremendous job. He's like a personal concierge. Any groups, any schools, any events, anything at all, go take a look at our properties. They're awesome. They're all unique. They all have their own incredible touch. And, we have to support those who support our sport, and I think of Mark Frank now, who's tens of thousands of dollars and even more into the sport. Mm-hmm. Keith Miner, KWM Gutterman. We all know people that are in various businesses. If you want us to help bridge the gap, we will. Mm-hmm. Ask Leo, ask myself. We can bridge that gap. But you want to do what you can, because, Leo, I had a very good conversation, I think, with someone that has given, hundreds of thousands of dollars to our sport last night. And never does this person say, well, what's in it for me? Or what's my ROI, right? Return on investment. But that's something that I personally try to show them where it could work out for them. Because the donor model, or just giving it, donor fatigue, it runs out. So we as players have a responsibility to do whatever we can to help support. And it's important. And, do it. Go to Frank Hotels. Go to KWM. The racquetball companies. Do what we can. Get into these events. The event directors who put in endless hours and stress. And Mark Gibbs just said it, 24 hours working on a draw. Leo, I know the way we work on our draws and our events, and the bigger it gets, and we're not, this isn't a woe is me. No. Like, we love doing it. We love it because we love the sport. Yeah. But it would be great, for that to come back also, as players. That's how you can help. You don't have to write a big fat check. Yeah. You can enter early, or you can, bridge a gap, bridge a relationship, an introduction. But other than that, we're going to keep working hard. We all love racquetball, and we'll do.
Keep the energy high, you guys out there that keep watching the show, that keep playing tournaments, that keep, getting lessons, supporting racquetball, buying rackets, buying racquetballs. Racquetball's not going anywhere. Okay, we're here. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. I still love doing this. I'll be in Tempe for the Nationals. We're going to be doing some live recaps there, and I can't wait to see everybody. Sudsy and I've done a couple of those before, and they were a big hit. So I can't wait. I'm super excited. Our whole team is going to be there. So thank you, Mark, once again, for keeping us all involved in the sport. Coach Fran's going to be there. Frank, Mark, and all his doubles partners. So I'm excited. And I'm going to watch the tournament this weekend. Don't forget IRT and join the club. I'm a member of the club. So the club shows the other matches because they only show the one featured match, but then they have a schedule of other matches that you can see. So go join the club. I think it's only $15 a month. Okay, and I spend more than that on 2 coffees. All right, so
tell me about it.
It's worth it, and I do it, and I get updates, and they send me emails. I can play the fantasy league for free, which I haven't signed up for yet. So go support the tour. It's just those little things that really add up to a lot. So
Well
thank you,
said.
Suds. Thank you, KWM Gutterman. Thank you, Frank Hotels. Thank you for everybody that supports us and leaves positive comments. And it's time for another cappuccino.
We'll see everybody soon. Enjoy that tournament in Sioux Falls. Watch it, share this feed. Put as much racquetball out there as you can. And like Leo said, we're not going anywhere, not yet. It's not time just yet. So we'll see you soon, and pay attention. If you haven't subscribed and followed to all of my social media pages, please do. You never know when Leo and I will jump on a live and start talking some racquetball, or maybe just some big news that might come out. You never know. All right, everyone, have an amazing day. Leo, you want to send us out of here? I know we don't have Simone, but you could do the thanks for watching. Is that in there somewhere? That clip?
I am, and thank you guys for watching. We'll go out with a little Frank Hotels, but go watch the IRT. Matches are starting soon.